You may have heard we've got a brand new special coming this weekend for those who grew up with WGN's legendary Bozo Circus. Surviving full-length segments from the first decade of the classic show have been digitally remastered. I'll host this 2-hour primetime special, Bozo Circus, the 1960s, this coming Sunday night, February 17th at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Our grand prize game.
The restoration was done by McKee, an Emmy-nominated film and audio pro who has worked with all the major movie studios, with the Motion Picture Academy, TV networks, and so many more. McKee is here and is the guy who did the digital remastering for the special. Welcome. Nice to have you here with us.
Thank you for having me.
So kind of explain to the audience, you know, we have these old videotapes that were scratchy and color faded and kind of a mess after all these years. What is it that you do to try to, bring all this back?
Well, I've been doing restoration for over 20 years and have led development on some proprietary tools and software for fixing these kind of issues. And so for this particular project, one of the things that we focused on was video dropouts, which are horizontal lines that go through the picture, and any kind of defects. Sometimes the screen was entirely, it turned into digital bits, squares.
We can see on the video that we're showing that on the left side of your screen is before the restoration, and on the other side is the after. Yeah. And you can see that this is the full restoration right here, but it's going to go back to the before and after. So you can see the difference where one side is really scratchy. You can see the little, bits of distortion on the, there you go, on the left side, and how the clarity that we see on the right side is quite amazing.
Yeah, we color corrected it as well. So, on the left side you'll see the skin tones are kind of greenish, and on the right it looks more natural. But the software just looks at if there's a defect on a particular frame, it looks at what's surrounding it on the previous frame or the next frame, and it kind of, semi-automatically fills that in. And then, I also do manual hand painting, on the frames with the software.
So what are some of the other projects that you've worked on? I mean, I know you've worked with all the studios and, everybody in Hollywood. What are some of the projects for which you are most proud?
Worked on the Planet of the Apes, which we had talked about before, Predator, and worked with the Zappa estate on some of Frank Zappa's films. That's a personal favorite of mine. He's,
and working with Columbia College right now, too,
absolutely,
right? To teach a new generation how to do many of these things as well, right?
Yeah, we're doing a project. I'm writing an album with Jon Anderson from Yes, and we're actually mixing it in surround sound at Columbia College with a class. And that's going on now every Thursday. Okay,
so if people want to get more info, what's the best way to do that?
Well, for that project, they can just reach out to Columbia College.
Definitely take a look at his work, though. Sunday night, Bozo Circus, the 1960s, Sunday night at 7 o'clock here on WGN TV, and also streaming live at WGNTV.com/live. You can also see it on our WGN TV and our WGN News Live app. McKee, thank you for your great work. And thanks for coming in today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it out to Mike.